Good morning, Patriots. How are you today? This is Mike Cook coming to you live from Central Missouri. It is approximately 25 after 8 on Thursday morning, 8/20/2020. How are you doing today? I'm doing fine. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Yesterday was absolutely gorgeous. It could be like this till Christmas. It would make me happy. So as you're jumping on here, just remember that what helps me share my content, what helps me expand and reach more people is I try to encourage patriots to get involved in the patriot movement, because we should all be patriots. Remember to like, comment, and share, because that's the only way I can get my word out. And by creating original content, Facebook is happier with that than they are with you sharing a bunch of memes or something like that. So that's why I do what I do. So anyways, as you're jumping on, say hi, comment, let me know where you're at, where you're watching from. Let me know what you think, whether you like me or hate me. That's cool. I don't mind. I believe in freedom of speech. So I'm just trying to get the word out about how great America is and how we're the land of the free and the home of the brave. But with that being said, I have in my hands a thick little article written in the Kansas City Star about our beloved little town of Sedalia in the little county of Pettis in central Missouri, and it's kind of amazing how they're concentrating on us when they got their own issues that they probably ought to deal with in Kansas City. But I digress. Anyways, the Kansas City Star is not happy that we have formed an organization in this town to fight against tyranny. By tyranny, I mean the mask mandates. And why is it tyranny? It's tyranny because it's do as I say, not as I do. And by that, I'll go and explain that. But let me just read a little bit of this article. It says notes from the public hang on the bulletin board inside the Pettis County Health Center, thanking workers for trying to keep residents safe during the pandemic. The goal, says Administrator Joanne Martin, is for her staff to concentrate on those messages and the support from the many in their community. If they do, maybe it will drown out the vitriol of the group of growing naysayers who insist the Health Center Sedalia and its board are trampling on their rights. That's how the article starts out, fair and balanced, of course. She goes on to say a few more little things. It says signs now dot lawns in Sedalia and other parts of the county saying resist the mandatory mask. And social media is full of attacks saying county health officials have overreached their authority in questioning the virus fatality rate, said one resident on Facebook. Why aren't people dropping dead left and right if it's so serious? We're trying very, very hard to focus on what our mission is, Martin told the Star. I commend my staff on getting up in the morning and coming to work. They try so very, very hard. And try to be patient. There are people who would throw their hands up and quit. Look, we don't want them to quit. We just want them to have a real election, because you know that the board in Pettis County has never been on an election ballot. And they're elected officials. Wonder how that happened. Anyways, I just want to talk a little bit to the Kansas City Star. I want to point out that the reason there's a group of rebel rousers and vitriol in Pettis County is because of the inconsistency and lack of pure common sense that these mask mandates have. And I'm going to point out some of that in this video so that maybe the reporters, the gals, these are gals, not guys, ladies, or whatever you identify as. I apologize if I got it wrong. That have degrees. I don't have one of those. Not smart enough, I guess. But they went to college and they got a degree, so they're much smarter than us. They got a degree in journalism. Anyways, so these ladies at the Kansas City Star who have created this article bashing this group of free-thinking American citizens. You see, we have this little thing called the First Amendment, which gives us the right to think for ourselves. I know that's unbelievable in Kansas City. But here in the central part of the state, we still believe in that. That's why we voted red, not blue. Anyways, I digress again. So, Kansas City Star, I just want to point out to you, your vitriol that you're talking about, did you happen to watch the many, did I say many, YouTube videos plastered all over Facebook? If you come talk to me or some of the other people in the group, we'd have given you a copy of the video. We would have shared it to you, send it to you in a messenger or something. You know, new technology, you ought to try it sometime other than your rag newspaper, which is only good for, you know, bird cages or trash can. And did you see the video of the meeting they had at the Liberty Center? Did you hear the doctors and the nurses and the technicians and the auto mechanics and the attorneys and the business owners and the politicians who all rose in opposition to this? Did you hear the lady that got up and spoke, who was from the former Soviet Union, talking about this? Did you listen to that and make any notes, or did you do exactly, speaking of vitriol, what the board and what Miss Joanne Martin did when they sat up there on the stage and absolutely ignored us? Did you do that? Just asking for a friend. Just want to know. Because that's what happened at that meeting. If you'd bothered to take some time to do something called journalism, maybe you should blow the dust off one of your college books and revisit what that actually means, okay? Like reporting the news, not creating the news. But again, I digress. You're much smarter than I am. So I just want to point out a few things that maybe the Kansas City Star should, you know, take a look at. That maybe they should, consider the opinions of our little group here in Sedalia, is because of the hypocrisy coming from the leaders who are creating these mask mandates. Let's take Kansas City, for example. You know, Kansas City, a great city, great football team. Hope they don't get political. But the Kansas City Star, who's all in favor of mask mandates, you can read it in their article. They basically bashed the crap out of us. But the Kansas City Star seem to have ignored this picture. What's this picture a few weeks ago? That's the mayor in the middle there with a big smile on his face that you can see because he doesn't have a mask on at the Lake of the Ozarks. You see, the coronas, they won't get the mayor, I guess. He wants everybody in Kansas City to wear a mask, but he gets the heck out of Kansas City to go someplace where they don't mandate masks so he doesn't have to wear one. You see, this is referred to as hypocrisy. You see, this is why there's a group of people in Pettis County going, wait a second, this makes no sense. Because if the mayor of Kansas City doesn't have to wear a mask, even though he's mandating everybody else should wear a mask, are coronas really as bad as they say they are? I'm no scientist. I don't even have a journalism degree. And yet, a 2-second Google search, I pulled that up. It's amazing. Well, how about this picture right here? What's this, I ask? This is people protesting. What are they protesting? They're protesting that we need mail-in ballots because it's unsafe to go to the voting booth. Yet they can line up and protest in a big group and won't get the coronas. Does that make any sense to you? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe this is why there's a group of people in Pettis County standing up saying no. Maybe this is a group of people in Pettis County saying, we're not getting the truth. Something's wrong here. Maybe, you think maybe that might be what it is? I don't know. I mean, I'm no genius or anything. Or maybe it's this picture. What's this? This is Biden and Kamala getting together to celebrate their upcoming presidential candidacy at the DNC. I don't see any masks. Do you? Well, wait a second. I thought masks were the end all and be all. I thought they were going to save us from everything. I thought they were going to keep us safe. Safe, they said. We gotta keep everybody safe. Everybody. Because if everybody wears masks, we'll all be safe. 14 days to bend the curve. 6 months ago, You know, these masks are so important that even Dr. Fauci won't wear one. You know, this took me, Kansas City Star, all of about 10 minutes of a Google search. You might try DuckDuckGo, though, to pull up these images. It was real simple, Kansas City Star, and I'm not even a journalist, and I never went to college. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Why is it that protesters can protest because they want mail-in ballots in a big, large group, but can't put their mask on to go into a ballot booth to protect themselves from the coronis? I'm just wondering. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. And it doesn't make any sense to this group of people in Pettis County who stood up and said, hell no. And I think that it should happen across this country. Why haven't they just shut everything down again? If it's so bad and so many people are dying and it's increasing and increasing and increasing and increasing, isn't it? Let me back up a little bit. Why haven't they shut everything down? I'll tell you why they haven't shut everything down. Because the United States of America has more guns in it than all the other nations combined. And if they shut the government down, they're scared to death that we, the American citizen, will rise up and say, no, there ain't enough of them to stop all of us. That's why they haven't shut it down again. But they have to shut it down. They have to destroy the economy. They have to. If you watch TV in the last 3 nights, you'll know why. Orange man bad. But that's what it's all about. You know, the orange man, he's got the idea. He knows what's going on. But, hey, he's only president of the United States of America. And you can't stand it, can you, Kansas City Star? You can't stand it because you're an unbiased media source, right? You know, there's other science out there. You know, you can buy scientists like you can buy politicians. Say it ain't so, say it ain't so. It's true, it's true. Whoever pays the scientist, that's the science you get. Have you ever noticed that Monsanto scientists say that their product is safe? Have you ever noticed that the government scientists say their way is right? Because where does their check come from? Hey, it doesn't matter what they believe or if they even believe it. It's amazing how you can skew statistics like, I don't know, the Pettis County Health Department does. A statistic can mean anything you want it to mean. Just have to, you know, manipulate the numbers a little bit. Like, it's amazing how we have increased at about a rate of 4 or 5% for 6 months the number of people who have the coronavirus in Pettis County, which is exactly the increase, 4 or 5%, of the number of people tested. Wow! You mean if you test more people, you'll find more sick people? I'm shocked again. Shocked, I tell you. But what they don't want to tell you is that there is actually a treatment for this. Because, well, they can't make any money. They don't have any political power. And orange man bad. Treatments, you know, doctors say stuff like this right here. Doctors, you know, like that video that came out of real doctors, what they do, they try to destroy them. And they deleted it everywhere they could find it. Doctors. You know, all these people, all these Kansas City Star, the mayor of Kansas City, all of them, they all seem to suffer from the same disease. You know, that's the way it seems to work. The disease is all animals are equal. Just some animals are more equal than others. That's from George Orwell, Animal Farm. Maybe, Kansas City Star, you should go and like read that book. You know, they actually have a cartoon that you could watch. If you Google it, you could find the cartoon and watch it. It's probably easier for you. I'm just saying. You know, the people in Pettis County are sick of the hypocrisy, are sick of the challenges, are sick of the one thing after another coming down the pipe. are sick of them telling us that we're all going to die if we don't put on a mask. Yet, talk about hypocrisy. They say any mask will do. If this was a serious disease, I was in the United States Army 30 years ago. On September 4th, 30 years ago, I stepped foot in the deserts of Saudi Arabia to defend this country. 30 years ago. I didn't know I was that freaking old. But anyways, while I was in the Army, they said, we're going to attach you to this little unit and you're going to learn about decontamination of biological, chemical, and nuclear stuff, whatever it was. And I learned about spreading agents and how you shouldn't touch your damn face. And you watch all these people with their masks on touching their face and then touching everything else. Hypocrisy! Where's the storage bins for contaminated masks? See, you're breathing in, all that stuff collects in that mask, and then you breathe out, it blows it all out of that mask because there's no carbon filter to collect it. And you're concentrating whatever it is you're breathing in, and if you're in a contaminated environment, you have concentrated whatever contaminant in your mask. We had proper procedures when I was in the Army for removing your chemical suit. And by the way, Kansas City Star, a Google search, you can pull up old military training videos on how to do that. It's called journalism. Look it up. But you know what our leaders are doing in Kansas City and in the government, the CDC, and all them other alphabet soups, and even the Pettis County Health Department, is they're saying any mask will do. Any mask. You can wear any mask you want to wear. It's okay. Just cover yourself because you need to not be speaking. Just cover yourself. It's fine. And I'm sorry this video is going long, but I got something I got to get off my chest. Mainly that any mask will do. Any mask. Even this one. I mean, come on. Pettis County, set a standard at least. Really? Any mask will do. Even this one. Come on, man. Really? Any mask. It doesn't matter as long as you cover your face, you know, to protect your fellow man. Even if you got the mask on that's got the little breather things that when you breathe out blows your germs all over everybody else. Come on, people. Set a standard. If you're going to enforce a rule, at least have a clear rule for people to understand. But you don't. Because your rule is pure politics, not science. Science has nothing to do with this mask right here, I'm telling you right now. But according to the rule written, that would pass. And then, of course, you have the Karens. Just make sure, you know, just make sure you got your allegiance right. And then you'll know what's going on. I hope you see this video, Kansas City Star, and I hope you answer me. Because all you're going to give me is your political talking points straight from your masters. Were you on that phone call with Barack Obama? Just curious. Asking for a friend again. Anyways, if you like my videos, please share them. Comment, let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm stupid. And I'll admit, hey, I'm a highly dyslexic, uneducated fool. But even I can search on Google. You guys have a great day. I will catch you later.